Hello world, you're watching 80s Music Twin Ranked, and I'm Joel.
I'm Chris.
And today's artist is Queen, which you mentioned was possibly a man, but it's actually four men. Four men, and unique to our list. Maybe there's one other band I can think of. They had the same members all the way through their career. You know, before obviously.
Yeah,
before
ZZ Top would have been like
ZZ Top was the only other one I could think of, but this band, you know, even Rush had one change at the beginning, but Queen stayed the whole way with four members.
Now, before they put their albums out, they had several.
Right, yes. So if you want to learn about their history, just watch their movie Bohemian Rhapsody.
Pretty much.
Even though it's
historically inaccurate, it's got a lot of issues with. Like, he didn't announce he had AIDS before live, that was after.
Yes, and if you want to watch a funny take on that, watch Ryan George, who does a little.
The screens.
And he would mention something in his pitch meeting. He goes, "Oh, I didn't know that happened." He goes, "No, I made it up." He says that at least 4 times because it's obviously you're cramming a whole lifetime.
You're trying to
an hour and a half.
the audience's emotions. So
yeah, so. And we've already done Elton John. He had a biopic. I have not seen.
Same year? I think it was,
1 year later.
1 year later. Okay.
Yeah, and obviously that one went rated R to fit, the stuff you don't want to see in it. But Bohemian Rhapsody, even though it's got some stuff that's has to tell his life, it can't lie.
Right.
But it's pretty good movie, I thought. Picked a good person to play that guy. That's for sure. He looks like him. But, so Queen started back in, 1973?
The 70s.
70s, early 70s, not a success right away. And
you would think from the movie, it seemed like right away they did get their audience, but there was that one concert they played and 6 people showed up.
Right. And I would imagine a lot of, you talk about 38 Special last week where they paid their dues. That's paying your dues. Going somewhere and actually playing your whole show.
Yeah, but after that show, though, they had songs written, but they didn't have an album out. That's so they had they were working on an album.
Right. And
so they had something to promote.
Sounded like they asked a producer asked the Kinks to do this thing so they could test their equipment, and the Kinks said no, and so they asked Queen to do a few songs before they were famous.
Yeah,
one of the guys obviously liked their song.
So they got to record since they're in return for testing the equipment.
Yeah. So
and Keep Yourself Alive, that was on the list. I don't think
so.
it's going to make our top 10 though.
No, I don't think so either. But and similar to 38 Special, I think they had put out most of the time 2 songs per album.
Yeah.
And I couldn't tell if you asked me to name a song and tell me which album it goes to. I couldn't tell you for most of them.
Yeah.
Some of them I could.
I can't now. Just recently searching it.
But so first album's Queen, second album Queen 2.
Queen 2 has the picture which they took
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody didn't come out on that album. But when they put the song out, it's actually I guess it's the first video before music videos came along, before MTV, because that was 7 years before MTV, and they had this video because they didn't want to show up to the, they had other stuff to do, so they made a music video based on it, and they took when they were doing the operatic part, they had the cover of Queen 2.
And A Night at the Opera, is that the one that has Bohemian Rhapsody?
I believe so, yes.
That's probably why they call it
And You're My Best Friend, yeah.
Yeah, and then followed by A Day at the Races. Both of those are Marx Brothers movies.
Yes, and I've seen Marx Brothers movies. I've seen most of them. And
most of the famous ones. I got a few obscure ones I haven't seen. But Night at the Opera, I would, most people like Duck Soup. Have you ever seen Duck Soup?
I've seen Duck Soup. They have the courtroom
Horrible.
scene.
I don't like that movie. It's a mess. I don't think it's their best. A Night at the Opera, I love.
Yeah.
Especially the scene where everybody's trying to jam into their bedroom. And they all spill out because there's too many people. That's a good scene. Anyways, that's the Marx Brothers.
We'll review the Marx Brothers movies.
So, and then after that, you got News of the World, and followed by Jazz. And interestingly, I was just actually reading an article yesterday, typing in Queen discography. This one caught my eye. most overrated bands. I'm like, why is that there? Clicked on it. Somebody put Queen in amongst that overrated.
They got too many. I think they have too many hits to call them an overrated.
Yeah, and that guy was his whole list sucked. He included Bon Jovi. Imagine Dragons was the one he put as the highlight picture, but it was a bunch of not overrated bands.
I did not see what album of theirs is their best selling.
I know
their greatest hits. Their first greatest hits was the best selling in the UK.
It's like the greatest of all time in the UK.
No.
Their greatest,
except for no, maybe I'm thinking of songs.
The Game is the top selling album in the U.S. And that would go figure on that one because
that's the number one single. Another One Rides the Bus is their top selling.
They have 2 number 1 hits, both on that album.
But I'm saying Another One Bites the Dust is their biggest selling hit.
Right.
The band, so.
And again, Crazy Little Thing Called Love is not as overplayed as Another One Bites the Dust. Bohemian Rhapsody, you can almost say it is. It's been in the Billboard charts 3 different decades. Imagine that. That's weird. So when it first came out, it hit the Billboard charts. You mentioned to me Wayne's World.
Yeah, Wayne's World, 1992.
Back on the charts after that.
The song was playing while they were in the car.
Right, and they're all doing the rocking heads.
Yeah.
That actually is the best part of the song.
And that made the song have a comeback.
If
it went all the way up to number 2.
I'll tell you what, if the song did not change into that rockin' part, I wouldn't have included this in my top 10.
Okay.
That makes the song. Of course, I mean, it's a variety of different parts of the song. It's an
7 or 8 parts. Different parts.
So
doesn't really have a chorus. So.
And then when the Bohemian Rhapsody movie came out, it hit the charts again. So 3 different decades made the charts.
Right.
Another One Bites the Dust, you said, is their all-time popular song?
Yeah.
Not in the UK, though. Bohemian Rhapsody was on at number 1 for 9 weeks there.
No, I didn't say it was their top song. I said it was their best selling.
Best selling. Okay, gotcha. And it's hard to see. When you look at Wikipedia, almost every artist that we've done, they have released more singles in the UK than they have in the United States. You'll see that they get to hear some songs we don't get to hear. So, and then I don't have everything up here, but After the Game, Hot Space. I think that one has the cover with the colors. Right?
Yeah. So
and
it looks like Andy Warhol painting.
Well, did you look to see if it was?
No, I just.
I think it is.
Okay.
So that'd be the second time that we've mentioned Andy Warhol because he did a Billy Squier cover.
Right.
If that's him, and I'm positive it is him because Andy Warhol and Freddie Mercury look like they'd hang out in similar circles.
Yeah, everybody didn't like the music. They didn't like the direction the music was going in that album for some reason.
What's the big song on that?
I don't recall. That's why
I have it next to me, but I'm sure it's nothing.
it's probably like I Want to Break Free or something.
Body Language. It went up to number 11, but I couldn't tell you what that song sounds like. That was their big hit.
Yeah. My favorite, I would have said the one that has Don't Stop Me Now, which is Jazz.
Jazz, right.
Because it have Fat Bomb Girls Bicycle Race. I like that.
Right.
It's got 3 songs. But I actually like The Works.
The Works.
That has Radio Gaga and Hammer to Fall.
And I Want to Break Free.
Yeah.
Which is a video that they might be known for because they all dress like women.
And Freddie Mercury didn't want to do it.
Who made him do it?
It
was in the movie, but I can't remember. So like,
probably the producer. They said it was hard to get him out of the dressing room doing it. He didn't want to.
Because just Freddie Mercury, he was gay.
You would think he would be the one that wanted to do that. I mean, it wasn't. It was Brian May's idea.
I know, but just because somebody's gay doesn't mean when they want to dress up in women's clothes.
Yeah.
But and I used to think that video was for Radio Gaga. I don't know why, but those songs were not big hits. They were on MTV.
No, Radio Gaga, they're in that little car and floating around.
Well, you know what that reminds me of? The movie Metropolis.
Yeah.
Which then they did the music for Metropolis in a later recreation.
I thought it had kind of like 1984 vibes to it.
Kinda. And Radio Gaga would probably even made more known because of Live Aid. Right? Because they were that's obviously
Live Aid is
one of the best concerts ever.
Yeah, that's what people say, and I would recommend watching it on YouTube. It is on YouTube. The video, the movie subtracts 2 songs. I don't think they play. They don't play Hammer to Fall and Crazy Little Thing Called Love.
I thought I saw Hammer to Fall in the movie.
I don't think so. I think
Okay,
yeah.
Do I have to rewatch the movie? They do. There's somebody has a video out there where they're side by side. Anyways, so here's the interesting. You already mentioned this off camera, but so here's the connection with what you were talking about. So at Live Aid, you have Queen being the best concert of that time,
Right.
and then on the flip side, there's
Duran Duran.
there's a
yeah.
band. We didn't mention this to Duran Duran, but it's called the Bum Note Heard Around the World because Simon Le Bon,
Yeah.
he's like
He tried to hit this note and
And
he
it
hit puberty
failed.
instead.
in puberty, and
They both have a Roger Taylor
as
a
their drummer. So coincidence? Yeah, pretty much. But it's funny. That's the connection between those two. And Brian May, he's listed as one of the best guitarists out there,
Right.
which is interesting. I mean, I know some of the songs have good songs, but
And he has a guitar that he built.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Okay, what's it called?
It's I don't know.
Yeah,
He
name it or
built it
anything?
with his father or something like this. Red, I think. So now growing up,
Growing up.
you know, the movie Bohemian Rhapsody, it became a movie. I don't know why, just because that was their biggest song, or people. There was a poll, 3 different polls. People said Bohemian Rhapsody is the best song. In 3 different. I didn't see what polls they were,
But you know,
people
what, the
pretty active.
video-wise, people have imitated it.
Yeah. You said with puppets, and
I mean, there
things
was
like
even
that.
a few.
I seen one with cats, and I'm like, that was
few years
that
back.
was
Somebody
nightmare
did
fuel, is what I
a, somebody
thought
did
that was.
a Christmas Rhapsody or something a few years back.
Yeah.
So it's
But
been imitated.
growing up in the '80s, that wasn't the movie I was thinking with Queen.
Right. See, I said, but actually, that's not it. That soundtrack right there that I mentioned, that's for another movie. But back in 1980,
Right.
one of the
Flash
one of the
Gordon.
first superheroes.
Yeah.
Is he a
Hey,
superhero?
He's not a superhero. Yeah.
He's listed amongst the superheroes in the comics.
Yeah. Well, in the movie, he's a football player who gets taken away to a different planet. But
Right. And this
it's still an awesome movie. I watched it
This
last
would-
year, a year before, and it was
this would be one of those that's called a guilty pleasure. It's not
Yes.
like it would be in the
No.
1001 movies you need to see before you
no,
die.
but it's awesome.
Yes, and actually it should. You know, all the movies that they list are the Citizen Kane. But you're on the shelf. You see Citizen Kane. You see Flash Gordon.
I'm getting Flash
You're
Gordon.
getting
yes.
Flash Gordon. And that was Timothy Dalton was in it.
Yeah.
Pre-Bond.
Max von Sydow is a priest
and
in
you-
Exorcist.
You said you just saw it, and they cut out the best part.
Yeah, they did.
It's like the radio is taking a song and trimming a verse off of it.
Yeah, I saw it on a station where they went to a commercial where they were about to do the woodland.
Spoiler alert!
They were doing the woodland creature, and they put the hands in this thing, and it could bite them, and they die. And it's like be painful. And then they came back from the commercial. He's already running. I'm like, where's that scene? You can't take that scene out of there.
Yeah. And what's offensive about that scene? Why would you cut that?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But second soundtrack would be Iron Eagle, which has One Vision.
Yep.
And again, I like this song because at the end he's like, instead of One Vision, he says fried chicken.
Yeah, and also they had Highlander. I think that might have been 90.
Is that the Princes of the...
Prince of the Universe, and they had several other songs.
I don't
from it.
remember that song. I don't remember that movie actually. much.
Yeah, so don't know why that wasn't any bigger than it was. But
Yeah.
I remember a video for it.
And Freddie Mercury, I don't think any of the band members were actually in a movie. A couple later years they've been in TV shows as themselves. Again, I don't include that. And what else?
Weird Al.
Weird Al, that's right.
Weird Al.
First song.
His first song that started his career, and it was on Dr. Demento, I believe, where he played. He recorded it in a bathroom stall. Another one, Rides the Bus.
You got to start somewhere. It's not a great sounding song.
Yes.
The lyrics are still pretty good. If you listen to the lyrics, it's like nobody's getting off, but a boatload of people get on. So it's getting uncomfortable in the bus. So it's actually pretty funny if you listen to it. It's just maybe he needs to update that song.
Yeah, and that's not the only one. There's another song, and it's in "Don't Stop Me Now" vein, and I cannot remember the title at the moment.
So it's not a take on that title. It just sounds
No,
like
it's a.
That's right. You played it for me.
It's a 2-word song. It's like Heat Wave or something like that.
Yeah,
I can't remember what it's
that's
called.
all right. You know what? Again, I didn't. Did you know that song was even a hit before the movie?
Ringtone.
Ringtone.
That's what it's called.
Okay, so I didn't know that "Don't Stop Me Now" was even a hit song. I remember hearing it on the radio.
Until after the movie.
At the movie, and they play
the
that
video.
last, and it's one of those songs where you watch somebody and you're exhausted for them because it's like he would talk nonstop without any breaks.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta be some special singer to be able to do that.
You want to hear a song where? How does he remember the words and sing that so fast?
There's a lot of rap songs like that.
Yeah, there's rappers that
You're
do that. Macklemore
killing
did it.
yourselves to remember the
Macklemore
lyrics.
does that, but no, this is Johnny Cash. I've been everywhere, and yeah, listen to that one. It's just he does town after town after town after town,
Okay.
and he's singing them really fast. I'm like, oh
Yeah,
man, I
yeah.
didn't remember
I
one
mean,
order even.
Yeah, it sounds cool, but why do that to yourself where you have to memorize the lyrics? And if you do that in several songs, you're going to combine the songs for sure.
And you say, okay, we're never going to play that live.
All right. Well, who said that? Somebody said they wouldn't play that live because Genesis, anything she does, she said it's too hard to play, so they have never played it live. So maybe. And then after that, so they had the Miracle, Kind of Magic, and the Miracle. I wouldn't say they're obscure songs, but you know, the Highlander one was on A Kind of Magic. You actually like A Kind of Magic.
Which one? The last two had like These Are the Days of My Lives, Show Must Go On.
Well, the last one had The Show Must Go On, and by that time, people could tell. He obviously died from AIDS, but
He was
people could
denying
tell-
it until
He
the
was
end.
denying it, but you could tell physically that
Yeah.
but he's still. What kind of song? Really? That's the song you pick, knowing you're probably dead right around the corner. The Show Must Go On.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of odd, freaky, right? And then right after he dies, the very next album they put out posthumously is called Made in Heaven, which they're hoping. You have to say that because he's not here. And then, you know, the greatest with all their hits combined, and then something in 2008. They had Queen plus somebody.
No, Queen have gone on, and they've had 2 other singers. Adam Lambert, who was a contestant on, I want to say,
American Idol.
American Idol, yes, on one of the seasons, and he had his own song. There was another song he came out with too, but also Paul Rogers
Okay.
of Bad Company is
That's right.
sang for Queen.
Now, prior to his death, they put out Innuendo, which is up here for 1991.
1991 is when he died.
So, yeah,
November
1991.
24th. I'm like, is that Thanksgiving then?
There's actually a song on that album, and I can't remember exactly which song it is. Steve Howe from, yes,
Yes.
is the only musician outside of Queen that got to play on a Queen album. He played like a Spanish guitar or something.
Yeah, they've had several people go on tour with them as keyboards. So.
Yeah. So you know, John Deacon, he's a pretty good bass player. After hearing some of the songs closely and knowing that Another One Bites the Dust is really good, bass driven. Never hear his name among the best bass players. Always
Yeah.
Geddy Lee, but he should be among the best bass
The
players.
first album he's credited as Deacon John.
And all 4 of these guys are in the Songwriters Hall of Fame.
Yeah, they
each one
has a
wrote
hit.
has a hit they wrote. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. That might be unusual for bands.
And they were inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 10 years later, so 2001, 2 years after he
Yeah,
died.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Whoever runs that, they just don't know what they're doing because they're not. Putting
No,
in
because
competition.
those are,
I know you're limited, but
you're
still,
limited, but it's based on votes. You know, people
Not
were
for everybody.
nominated.
Not everybody.
Okay.
I mean, It is to a certain extent, but I've heard that the whoever CEO has some kind of sway on that, and he doesn't. He's got specific bands he doesn't like.
And they'll never
Not
go
giving
in.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
All right, so I think that's it. Freddie Mercury did go have a couple solo albums. You hear this in the movie that he went out without his band, and he didn't like.
I think just about all their band
Yeah.
members did.
Oh, really?
That's most of them. Well,
Yeah.
maybe not the drummer.
And you look in the movie, he didn't like the way it went about. It's like he wanted control, but then it wasn't as fun or something like that. Nothing really good from those albums, so we tried to rank some, but there was like nothing to rank. They're not going to make our list. Interesting that he would not have any good songs, but Mick Jagger by himself does. So I don't know. Who's voting?
Yeah, Under Pressure with David Bowie. I read that he just happened to show up in the studio to see what's going on. They're
Really?
like, here, sing with us.
Is that on a Queen album or a David Bowie
I
album?
don't know. I think it's on a Queen album.
I think it's the year they put out one of their greatest.
Yeah, no,
hits,
if David Bowie wasn't planning on being on the song, it had to be a Queen song.
Okay,
so.
gotcha. Yeah. So, and they're he's weird too, David Bowie.
It's probably like Kind of Magic or something like that.
David Bowie, he had the Ziggy Stardust
Persona,
so
yeah.
both of them are kind of weird. But I think Freddie Mercury,
Yeah, we'll be doing David Bowie down the line.
very shortly, yeah. But would you say Freddie Mercury is the best frontman for a band ever?
Probably. He's up there.
Even over Steve Tyler, Aerosmith, Mick Jagger. I think
He's very showy.
He's very showy, and you watch the Live Aid, he commanded the stage.
Yeah.
So I would say that for sure. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the top 10 list that nobody will agree with.
Yeah. Our top 10.
Not yours. So top 10. So we already mentioned movies, right? That they did.
Right.
However, they are known for a couple other movies we didn't mention. One we mentioned last week, obviously, Revenge of the Nerds. At the end, all the geeks or the nerds and geeks are saying, "If you've ever been made fun of, come on down," and then they win. So it's We Are the Champions, right?
Right. And Iron Eagle,
not-
Vision.
Not meant for the movie, but yeah, I'm talking about the ones they didn't make for movies.
Okay.
So We Are the Champion, not made for that movie, but it is in that movie. And that song is also tied with.
Well, Bohemian Rhapsody wasn't made for Wayne's World.
That's true, but yeah, you mentioned it. But what's tied with We Are the Champion?
We'll rock you.
We Will Rock You. You know what movie that's made famous?
Tell me.
A Knight's Tale. Heath Ledger's.
Okay. Yeah,
Heath Ledger's movie that brought him to fame. It's obviously in medieval times, right? But there's I think it might be the jousting. There's a jousting event.
There's a version of a Show Must Go On in Moulin Rouge.
Oh yeah, you told me that. But they're doing the people at the jousting event to go.
Yeah.
Obviously, that song was not back then. All right, let's get to our list. Honorable mention. We said we're all over the place with this. We don't even agree with each other for most of these. They have a lot of hits, and they vary in their music styles. So, you lose 2, I lose 3.
It's always like that.
Right.
You always lose more than me, I think.
Okay, not always, but yes, most of the time. So I lose Killer Queen, and again,
Technically, their very first big hit.
very first big hit.
Now their third album, I believe.
The thing I remember about this one, okay, now obviously their name's Queen, and it's in the song title, Killer Queen.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's about weird things, dynamite and all that kind of stuff, laser beams.
I read Freddie Mercury wrote about a high-class prostitute is what I read.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
But then on YouTube, there is a guy who did a cover of this song, right?
Okay.
He put 8 versions of himself in the song. He's on a couch. He's got him singing. He's got him playing a guitar. He's playing an acoustic guitar over here, electric guitar over there.
I've seen people
pulls out the
do that.
recorder. Some of them background singers. Somebody plays the bongos.
Yeah, I've seen stuff like that.
Keyboards, and then some play accordion. I mean, it's a pretty good video with this one guy singing Killer
Yeah,
Queen.
yeah.
All right. Show Must Go On. Again, I put that similar to I Want It All, but not as strong, but pretty good for a final song. ironic. If they're the only more ironic song would have been Nirvana because
He might have wrote it because he knew he wasn't going to be around much longer too.
maybe. So it's like Nirvana writing "I don't have a gun" and then dying from a gunshot. It's ironic.
And Nirvana also has a song in Will Underage.
Okay, and then the other one I like is "Hammer to Fall." And again, a couple of these songs.
Hammer to Fall. No, I'm going to cry over that one not making the top 10.
It's not in the top 10 because of you though. Why
Is it really? Oh my, I love that.
Because I said this is one I picked for the top
that's-
10.
I don't know what happened. How did it not happen in the top 10?
And again, I didn't know this was a hit until I saw the movie. I'm like, okay, what's that? I'll break it. You like
What was wrong with me? Not putting
so
it in the top 10.
the ones that don't make it for you, "A Kind of Magic," which I tried to listen to again. I'm like, I don't know.
I should have put a Hammer to Fall in place of that one.
And then "You're My Best Friend," you actually have in the top 10. I'm not sure why.
It's different sounding.
Yeah.
It's a little do-do-do-do-do.
Well, and there's earlier works, a lot of those similar. "Somebody to Love," I rank that with that song. "Fat Bottom Girl," how did that even become a song? Really? "Fat Bottom Girl"? And "Bicycle Race."
Bicycle Race, it doesn't even say race.
Right,
And they
it's
just-
bicycle several times.
I want to ride my bicycle.
Yeah, that reminds me of that poem I tried to do. We had a talent show. We're supposed to go up on stage, and I'm even waiting in line to get up on the stage. I still don't have anything, so I wing it with a stupid poem about a kite. Reminds me of the bicycle song. Okay, so that's the 5 that didn't make it. Number 10 comes from News of the World, right? Yeah, News of the World. That would be "We Will Rock You." We're separating the two songs.
Yeah, got to.
Because if you don't separate them, it's not.
They were separate when they were released.
Yeah.
Will Rocky was on the B side of Friday We Were
That's true.
Champions. So.
That's true. I'm not even sure. Did We Will Rock You didn't show that it was released till they put a live album out. We Are the Champions was actually the legitimate hit first.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Okay, so "We Will Rock," because the movie makes it sound like, hey, everybody come in here and listen to this.
Well, also in the movie, it sounds like Freddie Mercury came up with the idea. He wanted the audience to participate, but it said Brian May had that idea.
Well, in the movie, yeah, the movie they made it sound like, not everything can be Freddie Mercury's idea.
Yeah.
Sure. All right, "We Will Rock You," number 10. I have this at number 4. You have this at 17. "You're My Best Friend," better than "We Will Rock You."
I will tell you why.
Okay.
You already know why.
Tell me why.
Probably the most played song of theirs.
"We Will Rock You."
And We Will Rock You and We Were Champions.
I mean,
hear that all
I
the
guarantee I see another one bites the dust played way more than this.
time. Okay, that and Bohemian
But
Rhapsody. Those are the
when you don't like a
those
song,
are the songs you hear all the time.
it's interesting. You can have an overplayed song, but if you love it,
Right.
you like it.
Yeah.
But if it's an overplayed song and you don't like it in the first place, then you really set it to 17. Okay,
That's why you did like In the Air Tonight. And I have
right,
it
right.
up there.
Yeah. Okay, I should have. If I was a Miami Vice fan, like when that show was out and they played that song, maybe I would have liked it. Yeah, if you like the show and the music's in it. But I didn't watch Miami Vice. Okay, number 9. And probably our most obscure song in our whole list. "Headlong." And
This is one that I ranked up there
think
after
it's
I
from
listened to it
Innuendo.
the past couple weeks.
So this one, Show Must Go On, was actually ranked. "Headlong" I don't think was a very high ranking wise, but it was. I recognized it, so I put it out there. But I like "We Will Rock You." I put this at 16, and this was your number 4. I had that one at 4.
Yeah, after I listened to it, I'm like, I really like this song,
Yeah.
so I had to rank it up there.
Right. And there's nothing you can do about it. Headlong.
It reminds me of something. I don't know what it might be.
Right. Okay, so number 8. Both of us put this at number 9. "Bohemian Rhapsody," and everybody clicks off our video at this point.
How could you?
Number 1.
How could you?
Yeah, 8 minutes long. We gotta play this 8 minutes long song. And again, do they have any other songs that are this long?
They do, but not as singles that were released.
singles.
But it is a song that you know all the words to, right?
Maybe, and yeah, I was always.
Is there
confused.
any other songs of theirs you know all the words? I don't even know all the words of Another One Bites the Dust.
No. Yeah, I don't think I do. Crazy Little Thing Called Love might be the closest.
Yeah.
Possibly. Even We Will Rock You. I don't know all the words.
Yeah, I know,
because you
there's-
don't know when he switches things up. You gotta know exactly which course he's on. Okay, so Bohemian Rhapsody, we both put that at 9. I remember, and I told you this a few weeks back. I remember a lip sync show being on, and somebody came out and had puppets, and he did Bohemian Rhapsody. I wish I knew what that.
And
show
if
was
you go
called.
online, if you go on
I
YouTube, you can
didn't
see
do it.
some. There are people who have puppets on it, but I
Right.
would know which one you saw. So.
Okay. Now the next one I'm happy is even on our list, and that's Breakthrough. So number 7, yes. And the video,
Yeah,
Makes
they're
that song.
they're on top of a train playing.
and I don't know if I thought this was a hit ever, but I'm like, that's just cool. And he knew he had AIDS, but he didn't look like he was letting it affect him at all.
They would have to know the path of the train because there are times when trains go through tunnels. You cannot stop them on top of it, stand on top of a train when it goes through a tunnel.
No, you can't. And not only that, but it probably would have been interesting for the camera person too to follow that train.
And
Following
I
the
would think
band,
you'd have to
yeah.
get a helicopter or something.
Yeah, obviously, but but I put this at 11. I had it outside my top 10, for some reason, but I still like it. I'm glad you put it higher. You have it at number 7. Next one up is Another One Bites the Dust. I have this as my second favorite song, despite it being over.
Did I even have it in the top 10?
You had it at 13.
I didn't think I had it in the top 10.
Like I said, there's 5 songs here that we both put outside the top 10. Okay, so Another One Bites the Dust, and we know what Weird Al's song is about. What's this one about? What bites the dust? Another one.
People,
Is it about death?
well, when people do die, I do say Another One Bites the Dust.
Right.
Not for family members. It's usually celebrities.
Like I said, I didn't do a lot of research. Is this based off of them being us being in Vietnam?
I don't know.
At that
I don't know why
time?
it was based on-
Were we in Vietnam in '79? Seems like it might be earlier.
No, I think we came out of
We were
it
out.
72,
All right,
73.
so maybe it's not about that. Hopefully it's not about that. Next one up, number 5. Don't Stop Me Now. And the reason it's this high, because you're number 1. With me not even thinking it was a single, and then it's in the movie, you gotta put it in. I put it way down at 13 again.
Yeah.
Wiped
so-
it. There's few songs that are where you watch somebody singing, you're like wiped out. I remember Amy Grant had a song where it's just like constant words, no break. Like, I'm tired, just listening to her. This is one of those. And of course, you watch the video, he's all over the stage at the same time. Next one up. Now we get to the 4 good ones. That's what I'm going to say. The ones that we agree with that are good. I mean, everything else was low for all of us. Okay. One Vision from Iron Eagle. You have this one at 3.
You should have put fried chicken. You should.
Fried chicken song.
No, I'm saying you should have called it fried chicken instead of One Vision.
No, it's One Vision. I have it at 5. You have it at 3. I'm actually surprised you had it higher than me because I like it. I don't know, Iron Eagle. It's not like a great movie either. It's obviously a Top Gun ripoff.
Yeah.
But it had sequels. Top Gun still hasn't put their sequel out yet.
I know. It's had to be, the trailer's been out
3
for
years. Something like that. All right. I think.
COVID.
All right. So number 3 is Radio Gaga. I have this. It's actually the same as One Vision.
Yeah.
You had One Vision 3 out of 5.
Awesome
Flip.
Awesome lyrics. Radio Gaga. Radio Goo Goo.
And then he says radio blah blah. I didn't realize that's what he said until the concert.
Okay.
And again, if this song it doesn't do phenomenal at Live Aid, I don't think we have this in our top 10. Because if you listen to the original version
Yeah.
on the album, there isn't anything special about it. But you're watching it in concert, and you get the whole stadium to do whatever they're doing. Yeah, they have it above their head.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. So I mean that's what puts this song way up there. And I do think with all the songs they sang there, this is the one that stood out. All right, next one up is I Want It All. You have this at 2,
Yeah.
and I have it at 6.
Yeah.
And so, what is it?
Commercialism at its best. I want it all, and
I want it now! So, this song is sung by Veruca Salt from Willy Wonka. Okay, and I haven't even been mentioning what albums these
they could be interchangeable with all
let's
of them.
do a little, short little run through, because why not? We Will Rock You was on News of the World. I think I did mention that one. Headlong came from Innuendo. Bohemian Rhapsody, I did say it was Night at the Opera. And again, that's an opera song, so that's the album you would put it on. Breakthrough comes from The Miracle. Another one, Bites the Dust, is from The Game. Don't Stop Me Now, Jazz. One Vision, A Kind of Magic. Radio Gaga, The Works. I Want It All from The Miracle. Okay, so out
I
of
had
all,
2 from The Miracle somewhere.
yeah, and so far The Miracle is the only song that has 2 songs on it. Every single one of those.
I got The Game from the library.
I didn't have anything from there.
No, I didn't have it. I got it from the library.
Okay.
To listen to. So as the songs released, I did not like the album.
I think I felt the same way. I put it on YouTube, and those are the only 2 I.
Yeah.
So their biggest album in the U.S., but it's probably not their best. I would even say The Miracle is better. Obviously, we like Breakthrough, and I Want It All. I know there's a third song, and I can't remember what the title is. It's not on my list because it didn't rank high in the Billboard. But can't make The Miracle be the only album that has 2 songs.
Right.
So obviously, the other one is The Game. And that would be Crazy Little Thing Called Love. Right? And I have this as my number 1 song. And you have it at 6.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
I like when at the end they go, Ready, Freddy,
Ready for it? Yeah.
because his name's Freddy. So.
Right. So, and for what's the other song? Another One Bites the Dust. He mentioned somebody's name, right?
Another One Bites the Dust?
Another One Bites the
don't
Dust.
recall.
Oh, it's got that interlude, right? You're thinking, oh, guitar solo, nothing. Dude, hey, they're adopted. Like I don't even know what he's saying.
How long is that guitar note coming into his solo?
Yeah.
Then he
Right.
starts playing.
But I said, Shooter. He says Shooter. I'm like, is he talking about the guitar player? Is that his nickname? I don't know. But it's a crazy little thing called love, and I'll go right with I Want It All. Okay, or not I Want It All. I Want to Break Free. Okay, so you got Billy Squier in 2 videos, right? so in Crazy Little Things Called Love, similar to Billy Squier, his shirt gets ripped off.
Yeah,
right?
he doesn't have. He's got a wife beater on, right? So
Right. But the interesting thing for him is he's not the one ripping his shirt off. Other
Yeah.
women are.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's gay, but he's still having women rip his shirt off.
yeah,
He's like,
he
"Oh."
knew better.
I know he did. Don't rip your own shirt off. Let somebody else do it. But and especially when he had that weird mustache. I'll tell you what. When he changed his look and went just to the mustache, he actually looks like a cool dude.
Right? I mean, he's got his hair
And the
cut
shorter
pretty short,
hair.
yeah.
I like that style once he changed. And then Billy Squier, he obviously didn't dress up like a woman like Queen did,
Yeah.
but he was in a bedroom that looked like he was a woman. Pink all over the place. Now, how does Billy Squier's career get bombed from something like that? Queen dresses up like women and nothing.
No, but when he came out, when he had the kind of like people knew he was gay,
Right.
some people didn't like it. They were like, "Go back to your."
Really?
Yeah. So they were.
So there was
and actually,
backlash?
I read some at one concert they were throwing disposable razor blades at him.
Really?
On the stage.
Ah,
I don't know what they were trying to tell him to kill himself. I don't know what that meant.
maybe because you do. I don't know about that, but I've seen it suggested you use those in your bathtubs, right?
Well, the blades, not yeah. You just throw the whole disposable razor like oh.
Yeah, shave that stupid looking mustache
I
off.
know.
I don't know, but you know he had those teeth promo.
Yeah, yeah.
It's called something. Maybe is that why he had a mustache to hide that?
Yeah, and he was a foreigner. I don't remember what country was he from.
Bohemia. I don't know. I know he's
Freddie Mercury wasn't even his last name.
I think he was. It was like a
Lhasa or Bahama or something.
sort of like a place from India. Yeah, you wouldn't get that from looking at him. I never knew that.
Yeah.
Now Rami Malek, he looks like he's from there.
Yeah.
Freddie Mercury.
Maybe he is. He might be. I don't know.
So,
Anyways, that's our top 10.
and you disagree for
we
sure.
know you disagree.
Maybe you agree on one thing.
Yeah.
Do you agree that
in our top 10? Do you have some top 10s that are in there too?
So I mean, crazy little thing called Love. It did hit #1, so people are gonna say, "All right, I'm gonna give you that." But you know, like I said, it depends what era you even like, because they were 3 decades practically, and they went for a wide variety of styles. So that was our list. Well, it's not our list, but it's combined list.
So next week, we're going to do a band we've already talked about in the previous videos, Styx. We talked about them. We're not doing one band next week. We're doing 3.
That's right.
3 bands.
And they also have a Queen song,
Yep.
"Somebody to Love." Can you guess it from that? But it's sung by a woman, not a man.
Yeah.
Till then, see you next week. Bye bye.